One thing is for sure, we are eternal.
Hey, Composing Gloves here, and today we are going to take a look at the Fruity Control Surface plugin. This is in the effects area. Well, that's why it's in the effects series, and we're going to just really quick look at it. There's actually a whole control surface extra program that comes with FL Studio. Go look up the video on ImageLine. They have a video on how to do that, and it's covered. I can't, there's nothing really else to say. What is control surface for, which is going to be the focus of mine? And control surface is just to give you more options to control things, and basically lets you could make your own little layout. Maybe you've got a tablet and you want to make a control or some sort of touchscreen device that you're running FL on and you want to run it, or you just need extra knobs because you want to link up multiple parameters. This becomes particularly useful when you have multiple VSTs and you'd like to have certain parameters just available to you. And so you can actually make your own controller surface template and come up with stuff, but we're just going to talk about the basics, which is that's really all it is. It's supposed to be about just what you link up to what. And so you could have this at a live performance or whatever and be manipulating this. Or if you have Patcher, or if you've got a patch in Patcher, you can link up a whole bunch of stuff to work through the control surface, so you don't have to go digging through interfaces to get to it. So the first, in order to do this, you can click Add, and it will ask you what you want to add and all that jazz. You click this little wrench icon first, is what I recommend doing, because this allows you to edit whatever you add immediately. So we're going to add a knob. When you get this knob, you can size it up. So if you want to really like one knob or whatever, and if you right click, you get to rename it. We'll name it the CG knob for Composing Gloves. You have colors, so you can color it. This is like, it's cool because you can customize it. So you can color each one of the fill. When it's pressed, it can be a different color, which right now we can't press it. And then we've also got this rail color. And so that is that. And again, you can make customized controls on the ImageLine video. It shows you everything you really need to know about how to do that. Style, brown. Oh, I like brown. That's cool. And then size, you can set the size to be like that. If you want it to be bigger, it is up to you. And then once you're all done and you're ready to use it, so you can see when you put your mouse over it, it is ready to be used. And you can right click and you can link stuff to it. So you can link it to a hardware controller, or you could like say, you can just go to link to controller, and then you have control surface, and you click accept, and voila, they are linked. That's one way of doing it. Another way, I thought it worked. Maybe this only works with hardware. Oh, that unlinks them. All right. So we're going to move this. We're going to move this. Maybe I'm doing this in the wrong order. Anyways, I showed you how to do it. This is one way of doing it. So you can link to controller and you can select the controller, service CG. So I did that kind of quick. So one more time, link to controller, internal controller, when this pop-up menu comes up, and I'm right clicking to get to all those menus. And you come down here to controller surface, and bang, it's right there. You click accept. So let's say we wanted our resonance to follow that. We go link to controller, surface, click accept. Remove conflicts. Don't want that because that'll remove all the other things attached to it. So don't do that if you want multiple things. And now as you see, it controls both these knobs. Now let's say that you want your resonance to be at half of your frequency when it's attached to this knob. Well, you can do that. Go to link to controller, and you can type in a little formula here, and it looks kind of scary, but I'll just show you some basics. You just use your math. So you just divide by 2, and now we'll click accept. Whatever value this is at, that is half of this. So it's pretty cool. It works on a ratio now. So 100% is at half, is at full. And you can set up a little matrix and use all your cool math, and you feel really legit. So that's that. And you also have this touch, which removes these, and now it's in full blown, like we're using this as a controller surface deal. You also have XY pad, and you also have a sliders, and you have various buttons. And make our button rather big. And so as you can see, this is like powerful. You can make like a launch pad out of this. And we could colors, size, properties, caption, set captions, CG, button. And now you know what that controls if you want. Extra color. Oh, by the way I did that, you hit enter and it will size it up to your full screen. And then we have our grid over here. Now the grid has a bit of a unique setting, so we'll talk about that. You probably don't want to do that. Normally I leave the grid alone. You can set default values for X and Y. And then you can also import things. That is also covered in the image line tutorial. And so you can see we can move our stuff around and it works great. Now you can right click and you get 2 of your right click options. You have reset for X and reset for Y. You have X and Y, and these are the separate controls, so you can link up separate things to them. And now if we come over here, let's say we want our XY to control our filter cutoff, so we go to link to controller, and we can instead set it up to surface X or surface Y, or we can set it up to our slider or our button, whatever we want. So I'm going to set it up to do that. Now as we move this guy around, make this smaller, you see our frequencies linked up to our X. So that is what you would use this for. Very handy, very useful. You can create really cool looking buttons. It's really easy to make really neat looking stuff in the customizable editor. But that is why you'd want to use that. And I guess I'll open up Patcher real fast, show you what that is super quick. You know what? I'm going to save that. Patcher's like a whole nother monster all on its own. So we're going to leave Patcher alone for now, but that's what that is. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Granted that you've watched the image line tutorial and because I don't want to get any questions that's answered over there, you know. So that's that. Subscribe and have a blessed day.
Opposing wolves. Reversing.